But we begin with that growing police investigation in Joliet. It's a story CBS 2 investigator Dave Savini broke. Dave joins us now live from the police department there with an explosive update. Dave.
Brad, the whistleblower cop told me he thought he might lose his badge over this. And last night, that's exactly what happened.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Protesters marched around the Joliet Police Department demanding justice for Eric Lurry and praising the officer who risked his job to expose what he calls wrongdoing by fellow cops.
He's supposed to tell. That's what police officers are supposed to do. They're supposed to lead by example. And he did. He said he cried for days seeing my cousin being treated like that.
Seeing that video was so disturbing, I cried. Every day having to live with that was a hard thing, knowing that this administration was probably going to do nothing about it.
The cop who blew the whistle on the existence of this Joliet police video of the alleged police misconduct and treatment of Eric Lurry was stripped of his police powers. 27-year veteran Sergeant Javier Esqueda told the CBS 2 investigators in this exclusive interview last week that Lurry was the victim of police misconduct back in January and said this video was kept under wraps ever since.
Hey, wake up, bitch.
So he was suffocating.
In my opinion, anybody would suffocate in that situation.
Sergeant Esqueda had his badge, his gun, and police car all taken away from him. We asked him last week about the chance he could face retaliation for sounding the alarm about the video. It shows the last moments of Eric Lurry's life in the back seat of a Joliet squad car.
Are you concerned? You fear that they're going to come after you?
Only person I fear is God. That's it. Another man I don't fear. If they're going to come after me, have at it.
Esqueda says Lurry appears to be passing out with pieces of a torn plastic baggie lodged in the back of his mouth. Instead of calling for an ambulance immediately, this officer, Sergeant Doug May, holds Lurry's nose for 1 minute and 38 seconds.
Police officers across the country have been taking a lot of heat. There are a lot of people that are going to say the country, the world, needs a police officer like you right now.
You know, I hope the country sees it that way. There's a lot of us that are hurting right now. With everything that went on, you know, George Floyd being killed by that officer, it hurt a lot of us.
I go to the cemetery to visit him too, sometimes 3 times a week.
Lurry's wife, Nicole, says her husband didn't need to die that day back in January. She thanks Sergeant Esqueda for speaking up about the existence of the video. Eric Lurry's cousin, Effie Lee, says the department needs to be investigated for his treatment and for what was done to Sergeant Esqueda.
Somebody had to tell the truth. If he didn't tell the truth, nobody would have ever known what happened to my cousin.
You believe wholeheartedly that there was an attempt to cover all this up?
Yes, I do. 100%. I did the right thing. I'm a good, honest cop.
Now, there are several external cameras that were in a perfect spot outside of the Joliet Police Department to pick up what happened to Eric Lurry after he was pulled out of that squad car. We've asked for those videos. They haven't turned anything over to us. We don't even know if those videos exist. Also, we've been reporting that the coroner ruled this case an accidental overdose, Brad.
Dave, what does the chief have to say? You've got missing video, missing audio, sergeant of 27 years stripped of his badge, who apparently did the right thing. What is the chief saying?
I would love to tell you what the chief has to say. He has refused every attempt that we've made to talk to him. Phone calls, I showed up at the station, he's not talking. We've got a lot of questions.
And we know you'll keep asking him. Dave Savini, thank you tonight.